Jisike asulangongo musoke maochichi ieji edubiwayo tukwasi chukwuobi mazojojo niegwu This is for Biafran. Hello my wonderful people, good morning to you anywhere you are watching this video. This is Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of coming across this platform and you like what we are seeing or what we are doing here, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications. This will enable you to know when we upload a new video. Here we react to all forms of videos. We inform, educate the members of the public about what is happening in the globe, especially in Nigeria. And I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate YouTube, oh yes, for creating and managing this wonderful platform that we are using to disseminate information. At the same time, I keep on putting disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, we do not promote misleading information, hate speech, violence, or trying to instigate war. We are only here to educate, inform, sanitize the members of the public. They say information is power. Please always take note of this.
Biafrans, you see our topic today? Two major topics in Nigeria today. Number one, the Igbo elites are fighting for extradition of Simon Ekpa, the Biafran Prime Minister, an elected Prime Minister. Why? Number two, why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still inside the DSA dungeon. Number two, Fulanis are fighting for the citizenship of their cows. Now we have to come for in-depth analysis on what is really going on. How Fulanis are fighting for the citizenship of their cows, why Igbo elites are fighting for the rendition of our Prime Minister, an elected Prime Minister, the only hope Biafrans has as at today. We are keeping everything on our record. Here we go.
Not group of hoodlums. These are group of cabals, or may I call it group that are obedient to Samuel Eba. They have their head in every state in the southeast and are functioning. They live in the bushes there. So I want to submit here, please, the matter should be taken more serious than is being presented in this House chamber. It has defied the solution of the state governors. Let the federal government intervene. I so submit.
My own brother from Ebonyi State. Ken, we read these things on a daily basis. But the primary purpose of government is to protect the lives and also cater for the welfare of citizens. In the Southeast, if this situation is allowed to linger, the welfare of the citizens are already being affected and their lives are not safe. One of my senators from my community in Akwa Ibom sent his chief of staff to go to Anambra State. He did not know that that was a sit-at-home day. The chief of staff was killed, and about 4 people in his comfort were murdered. So it is not something that is affecting only the Southeast. It's affecting the whole Nigeria. Because people go for marriages, they go for functions, and even transporters and commuters who pass through the Southeast are also in danger, because you may not know the day that Simon Ekpa has given instruction that nobody should go out. That's why we are spending time to discuss this issue. It's a very serious issue.
Please, Biafrans, as you are entering, make sure you share. I welcome everybody that is here. I welcome you, Freedom is Taken. I welcome you, Lolo Ego Ibo. I welcome you, Elo Chuku Patrick. I welcome everyone. Try to hit your hand on the share button so that our people will really come and join. There are two things cooking in Nigeria today. Two things are cooking in Nigeria today. What is the things cooking is for you to understand the basic of what we are fighting for. Understand the basic of what we are fighting for. In Nigeria today, there are two things cooking. Let us put this thing in the brain of our people that they should know. Igbo elites dedicate all their times fighting the only person that is giving us life, the only hope we have. Fulanis are fighting for the citizenship of their own cows. And what is happening here? God is with Biafra, and if anything happens, that means chaos is taking over that area called Eastern Zone. And you know, the only person standing as a stumbling block is our Prime Minister. And the Eastern elites dedicate all their time fighting against their own. We continue, please. We have to go deep analysis today.
The economy of the Southeast used to benefit the economy of the South-South, and vice versa, and the entire Nigeria. People used to travel all the way from Lagos to buy things in Onitsha, and to also buy.
Incident will block the entire road, and then local vigilante will get to the scene within 3-4 minutes, and it has worked.
Divine.
I believe if we use that prototype, we'll be able to nip this issue. But the most important thing is to use our international, our security agencies, the diplomatic missions, to invite the ambassador of Finland to know why such a fugitive should be in their country and be giving orders to our country. It is very important that the Senate committee or an ad hoc committee should be set to invite the ambassador or invite the minister or permanent secretary of Ministry of Foreign Affairs so that we will know the status of that fugitive in Finland. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And then our committee on foreign affairs, please sit.
We'll be able to nip this issue. But the most important thing is to use our international, our security agencies, the diplomatic missions, to invite the ambassador of Finland to know why such a fugitive should be in their country and be giving orders to our country. It is very important that the Senate committee or an ad hoc committee should be set to invite the ambassador or invite the minister or permanent secretary of Ministry of Foreign Affairs so that we will know the status of that fugitive in Finland. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And then our committee on foreign affairs, please sit.
Mr. President, today in the Southeast, we are living under very serious threat. These young men who have taken over the Southeast, they have used Monday, which is a very critical day, where people need to go to market, where market women who want to go and sell their wares, which they have kept over the weekend, on Monday. Now, Monday has been classified as sit at home, and everybody is suffering it. Mr. President, insecurity anywhere is a threat to peace everywhere. So I am happy that Senator Benga Daniels has captured this situation in the Southeast as a national problem. The welfare and security of Nigerians, including the people of the Southeast, is the responsibility of government. Mr. President, a situation where you have some of these hoodlums, we have said earlier that the agitation that started in the southeast has been taken over by unscrupulous elements. A situation where these boys will come out on the streets and dance naked, and there's no response to the mayhem that they are unleashing on the people. We must talk to our security people. You've talked about the governors.
No, you know, you wanted to give us information.
We must ensure, Mr. President, from experience.
Well done. Tries to share to people.
Response mechanism, so that we respond to some of these attacks, especially by our security agents. And Mr. President, it is also very important to say here today that a political solution to the release of the leader of the IPod, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, should also.
These people they are there shouting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for more than 3 years. Nobody is even paying attention to them, and the Fulanis are there moving motion to legalization and giving citizenship to their own cows. We are really coming to join all the history together, So we are going forward and make sure we put it down.
Let me. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for the information you have given us. Prayer 1. Condemn the sit-at-home in totality, as well as the nefarious activities of one Simon Ekpa, the gang leader. Those in support of prayer 1 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Cows are not citizens of Nigeria. So,
Mr. President, cows are not citizens of Nigeria.
You didn't hear what I said. Senator Aliru, are you arguing with me?
No,
I said cows are not citizens. The section you are referring to is talking about citizens of Nigeria.
Yes.
And cows are not citizens of Nigeria. Cows can come in from Niger, they can come in from Chad, anywhere. But cows are not citizens. So, your point of order is noted, but rejected. You want to make contribution on the debate? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. But I'm against the idea of restricting movement of Nigerians from one state to another.
No, that would not happen.
Right now, citizens of Nigeria are allowed to move from one state to another to establish business without any.
Are you getting it clear? Because we are bringing this news that everybody will really understand what is happening. Amy Same, thank you. Don Klein, thank you. Everyone, thank you for joining. What is happening in Nigeria today is two things. Go and watch all their media. It's either the Igbo people are sponsoring the rendition of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, why Fulanis are there sponsoring government to legalize their cows and the citizenship, and they give them citizenship in Nigeria. And now they are fighting to give their own cows passport of Nigeria. Nigerian passport now, they are fighting in that place to give their own cows the passport, Nigerian passport. Why Igbo people, Igbo elites are there fighting on how to rendition our Prime Minister? Are you getting it very, very clear? Two topics is what Nigeria has in their own table as of today, long time ago. So let everybody keep on following what is really going on. And here we are coming gradually to what we will come to show today to all Biafrans. As we are coming, Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, this is what every one of them is doing. You must have seen it. We are doing our own program the way we are doing it, keeping records. Since a long time, this is what Ohaneze Ndi Igbo has been doing. paying bill to rendition our PM, doing all these things, putting bounty. Now, they have seen that our prime minister has done great, more than any of them can imagine. What are they doing now? What they are doing now is they want to now legalize, bring out the Aburi Accord. The Aburi Accord, which they rejected before, the Aburi Accord they rejected before is what they are bringing out. Then, as they are bringing out Aburi Accord, you see it fighting the Biafrans. Here they are building cow settlement, this thing, Air Force base in Abia State. Air Force base in Abia State. That is what they are building in order to exterminate our own people. When LSOT started and began to develop Abia State, Fulanis are the people. They are wondering, how can an Igbo governor be developing the place? We have it in record that the people, those people that is being killed in Aba during Biafran Heroes Day, those two Igbo people they killed, they say those guys have been in the north fighting Boko Haram. They eliminated Boko Haram. After they sent them down to east to come and fight against their own brothers. From there, they ambushed their own soldier. From there, they planned this thing to liquidate Abia State, just for people to understand. And immediately this thing happened, you see them, they are bringing Air Force base in Abia State. They are bringing Air Force, establishment of Air Force in Abia State. Why our Igbo elites are there placing bounty upon bounty on our prime minister. We all knows when Tinubu was contesting for presidency, what happened in Lagos. Tinubu ordered his own thugs to go and after Igbo people, to destroy Igbo people's property. He didn't allow Igbo people to vote in Lagos State. Tinubu automatically lose election. And the Tinubu say that it is his own turn to finish what Buhari started. And the Tinubu now ordered the Fulani terrorists in uniform to go after indigenous people of Biafra. Immediately they planned this attack against their own military, which they killed the Igbo people. They say go after indigenous people of Biafra. You have seen the Air Force, which they place in that place. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo are the people fighting to bring down their own brother. Why Fulanis are fighting for the citizenship of their own cow. We continue, we are going forward. When Tinubu was doing this thing, you see LSOT now, LSOT has come now to start killing his own brothers. This is the meeting, and we are keeping it on record, completely on record, that everything will be recorded. Then before we continue, before we start. So we have to go back to some of our things. Let's continue, please. This thing.
Seems to have erupted in the southeast.
Well, what we are seeing in the southeast is synchronized violence, synchronized by certain people, definitely not by Igbos.
Okay.
Those people who are doing that are foreigners. If you see a group of Igbo people moving, from their physiognomy, you will know. Now, one of the things that people did in the southeast was to get close to them, speak Igbo to them, and without exception, they responded in broken English. And you saw the other man speaking on Sunday, being displayed by the police as the only surviving person among those who attended to burn the prisons again. The man was given an Igbo name. And when he spoke, he had a northern accent. But back to your question about what is really happening. In the past 2 years or more, the clamor for a president of Nigeria coming from the southeast has been on. And if you notice, up to the past 3 months, there was no problem in the southeast, 4 months. What happened? Suddenly, if you read some papers published in Abuja, you see Igbos are killing Northerners. You call those in the south, they say, what are you talking about? It has nothing to do with any Igbo man or any Northerner. What we are witnessing is a programmed action by some people to destabilize the southeast, indeed the whole of Igbo land, with a message: Igbo land is unstable. If you're unstable, how then can you produce a president? That will destabilize the southeast, indeed the whole of Igbo land, with a message: Igbo land is unstable. If you're unstable, how then can you produce a president? That is the real key in issue. The herdsmen have always been there. But if you notice, for the past 3 or 4 months, issue of the herdsmen had died down. Except in Ebonyi State, where up to last Sunday, the herdsmen were still killing people.
But we cannot deny the fact that this destruction and arson attacks are taking place in the southeast region on security formations, on electoral body, INEC offices, and of course killing of the security officials themselves. So the question is, how does this make a call or a point for, or an argument for inclusion? If you say marginalization and inequity has been, the reason for this clamor, and some will say.
So our lovely Biafrans, sometimes, our message now, our eyes is on the rising sun. Our eyes is on the rising sun, and we are going into those people that call themselves lawmakers and the people combating them, in order for us to be completely informed of how the war is going on. Everything is happening, how everything is going on. This lawyer, he is one of the lawyer of Mazen Nandekano. The people that knows how Fulani is planning everything that is happening in southern Nigeria, in eastern zone today, or south zone today, as we come to know. This is original plan Fulani has a long time ago. They already captured Ebonyi State long time. The Ebonyi governor is serving under their interest. Soludo is serving under their interest. Peter Mba of Enugu State is serving under their interest. Kopos Odema is serving under their interest. Then in Abia State, it seems like Lesotho want to work to their own people. And the Abia State become the last place and the place where Ebube, the capital of Biafra, is being found. Ebube, capital of Biafra, is being found in that place in Ebube, in Abia State. Now, they rushed because of the pressure of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Now, they rushed. They say, okay, let us now accept to give them extra states, which Ohaneze Ndigbo has been clamoring for a very long time, to distract people. And there is nothing Nigeria ever created that can ever work, that can ever be good. Nothing at all. Then, immediately, they issued the Aburi Accord, regional government, suddenly. And nothing good can ever come from Nigeria because nothing, the way Nigeria is being created. Here you will see automatically how they analyze what happened in Abia State the other day from offices, not the one we are doing on the street, but from offices. That is why we post now and make sure we put it inside our record. So everybody have to know.
For the clamor of cessation, how do these arson attacks and killings and destruction make a point for inclusion? And who stands to benefit from these attacks? Why have they not gone? Why do they continue to recur, in your own opinion?
First correction is this. Who is doing the destruction?
Exactly.
Who is attacking police formations? Who is attacking the INEC? If you notice the targets, election conducting body, security body. In the first place, Igbos are not destroyers. Igbos are builders. Since the end of the war, the federal government has not been building police stations in the Igbo land. Every structure you see there, apart from the old prisons in Owerri, which was built in the 1950s, is the result of the contribution of people. I'll give you an example. I come from a human Bano local government of Imo State. Recently, the police divisional quarters was destroyed, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. What most people don't know is that building was built by the community, Nusu community, and donated to the police last December. So why will the people who built turn around to destroy? For what purpose? That Nusu community and donated to the police last December. So why will the people who built turn around to destroy? For what purpose? The average Igbo man knows that those who are doing the destroying are not Igbos.
The average Igbo man knows that those who is destroying are not Igbos. Because Igbos are known to be builders. We have it on record. We have it on record. The people whom they are using to demolish Igbo land, they said Chinasanworu sent them. We have it here on record. The people who is burning all those places. Those people who is working under Nigerian IPOB Nigerians. And here now, the lawyer, this is a message from a lawyer, and that's why we pick it up. For you to understand what is really happening. The only person whom Nigerian government is standing against today is our Prime Minister. You know, our Fulanis are fighting for the citizenship of their own cows. Then Nigeria, Igbo people are fighting against the only person who want to give them life again. We are going forward. We are really going forward. Please.
The special squad of security men sent by federal government are also not Igbos. Okay. So it's a case of the policemen will come, shoot into the air, stray bullet will land on people. And then the unknown gunmen will move around in brand new Hilux trucks. Shoot into the air, with faces covered. Once in a while, people will get close and do like this, and then they take closer look at them.
So if you say the Igbos are not destroying, who then is carrying out these attacks?
The unknown gunmen. It is not by accident that they call them unknown gunmen. That's why I said, if you go to Alaba today, you know there's an Igbo section. If you see there, from the physiognomy, you say these are Igbos. If you turn towards the right, you see Alaba Rago. That's where the House traders are. It is not by accident that they call them unknown gunmen. That's why I said, if you go to Alaba today, shoot into the air, with faces covered. Once in a while, people will get close and do like this, and then they take closer look at them.
So if you say the Igbos are not destroying, who then is carrying out these attacks?
The unknown.
You know why we are doing what we are doing? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made us to understand. He made us to understand that all these red envelope journalists, they are there to destroy. They are there to destroy. For them, they believe that the people who is doing this thing is Igbo people. Igbo people. Our prime minister say our prime minister take responsibility of anything the Biafran Liberation Army did. And he told them, if you want to know what the Biafran Liberation Army has done, you go to Imo State. Then when Biafran Liberation Army do something, he will take responsibility. But the journalist is here now trying to force what happened in other states onto our prime minister, just like the people who is serving the interests of one Nigeria. The people serving the interests of one Nigeria. Now, this lawyer now is here now, letting you know that Buhari made it open, and the news have it when Buhari created unknown gunmen. I think I have to share it here now so that people will know we are packing all the evidences. Buhari created unknown gunmen. Buhari created Ebubago. Buhari created all this thing, and Omenokon, this is Yoruba, this is Tinubu today. He said he has come to complete what Buhari started. Who carried up the attack in Abia State? It was the Nigerian government, not any other person. You understand? This is to destabilize Abia State with their cohorts. With all their cohorts, the people who is trying to be famous in Nigeria and the people who have accepted amnesty. Let us continue to what is really going on.
Gunmen. It is not by accident that they call them unknown gunmen. That's why I said, if you go to Alaba today, you know there's an Igbo section. If you see there, from the physiognomy, you say these are Igbos. If you turn towards the right, you see Alaba Rago. That's where the Hausa traders are. You also see their physiognomy. If I go to Jankara Market here in Lagos, you don't need to be told these are Yorubas. So if the unknown gunmen cover their faces, once in a while people go, they speak Igbo to them, sing in Igbo, they won't even respond.
This is quite a strong...
It is a revelation. Yeah. But the biggest problem they have now in Igbo land is that if they see somebody of my age, they will go after me. Police will arrest me and call me a financier. If they see my son, they will grab him and say it's an activist. Send him to the police station, military barracks, or anywhere. They will go after me. Police will arrest me and call me a financier. If they see my son, they will grab him and say it's an activist. Send him to the police station, military barracks, or anywhere. You have to run around to get him out. And you know what it means to Nigeria for someone to run around. I don't mean real race. You have to do something. Otherwise, you see him on TV the next day confessing to things he did not do.
We also have it on record. Hey. We also have it on record how people who has been confessing to accept what they has not done. We have it on record, and a lawyer is here now telling Nigerian Govt media exactly what is going on in that contraption called Nigeria. Are you getting it? What we are doing is that we are keeping things on record. I have some very big disturb now. So we continue.
Because when they torture you, you have no option. And remember, Archbishop Obinna, the Archbishop of Owerri Catholic Diocese, last Sunday came out almost weeping that the morgue where they keep dead bodies, that place is overflowing. 35 unidentified bodies. The Nigerian Bar Association came out and said, we have set up a unit to liaise with the police commission. That's how they have been able to rescue some people, including the man who came from Bayelsa, who was going to buy a casket for his father-in-law's burial. The one was scrapped. That's how they have been able to rescue some people, including the man who came from Bayelsa, who was going to buy a casket for his father-in-law's burial. The one was scrapped and displayed on TV as a high-ranking chief.
Permit me to just interject, because you're making strong assertions, and we wonder why this hasn't come to light in a more public forum.
Burial. The one was scrapped and displayed on TV as a high-ranking chief.
Permit me to just interject, because you're making strong.
You will say we will be bringing this news to our people for people to know. Mazen Namdekan say before he will start whatever he is going to do, he will first of all create journalists, people who can summon courage to do what we are doing today. If you go to Twitter now, our people are in Twitter. If you go every other place, we are there demolishing all this allegation in this place. You hear what the journalist is asking here, that the man is making a very strong allegation against Nigeria. But these are things that everybody knows. They torture people to accept what they has not done. Then we continue, please.
Sessions, and we wonder why this hasn't.
Burial. The one was scrapped and displayed on TV as a high-ranking chief.
Permit me to just interject, because you're making strong assertions, and we wonder why this hasn't come to light in a more public forum. But let me just ask, what we do know, though, is that there was a, I'm glad you said you're from Imo State. Yes. There was a sit-at-home order, and it would seem that largely it was obeyed. So that would then beg the question, who is in charge? You know, we want to bring up the issue of IPod because they've made certain assertions in a more public forum. But let me just ask.
And displayed on TV as a high-ranking chief.
Permit me to just interject.
Are you understanding how all these Gotham media's red envelope journalists, what they are doing? The man has raised a very strong allegation against this evil contraption called Nigeria. The journalist scrap it out, and he begin to talk, to speak the ones which how we started. The people who want to crucify the indigenous people of Biafra. But the journalists from this place now, Arise News, they don't want to hear exactly what is happening in Nigeria. The people who carry it as their agenda to eliminate people, giving citizenship to their own cow, because human beings like them cannot reason. Today in Nigeria, the people who is more valued in Nigeria is cow. He brushed it out. He brushed it out that the people, someone that went to buy a casket to bury his father-in-law that died. The Nigerian police catch him up and they break him in a television. And the man must accept that he committed a crime. This woman overlooked the crime, this thing, and they begin to go to Imo State. We are coming, Nigerian journalists. This is what they are doing. We continue.
Because you're making strong assertions, and we wonder why this hasn't.
Please, let me just return in 1 minute. This one will be rolling here, please. It's very urgent.
Come to light in a more public forum. But let me just ask, what we do know, though, is that there was a, I'm glad you said you're from Imo State. Yes. There was a sit-at-home order, and it would seem that largely it was obeyed. So that would then beg the question, who is in charge? You know, we want to bring up the issue of IPod because they've made certain assertions. And then we want to ask the question as well regarding Imo State. It's hard to put this. There have been assertions by people in Imo State that since the current governor came into being, that Imo State hasn't known peace. So suggesting that his coming in as governor has also triggered some of these violent attacks. What's your take on that?
Let me take it one by one. Issue of sit-at-home. To observe a day for our departed brothers, those who died during the war. has been on since 1970. So it depends on the government of to make it a focal point.
No, I'm talking about how it was enforced. There was intimidation behind it.
No, there was no intimidation. Listen, what you saw was what we call a charade. Some people will wear black and red and be moving around. You think that Igbos are not Igbos. That's the point I was making, what we call a charade. Some people will wear black and red and be moving around. You think that Igbos are not Igbos. That's the point I was making. The unknown gunmen are not Igbos. Listen, what you saw was what we call a charade. Some people will wear black and red and be moving around. You think that Igbos are not Igbos. That's the point I was making. The unknown gunmen are not Igbos. As for Day of Mourning, it's observed every year. You have seen the one of 30. September 9, some people will also observe their own. They don't make noise about it. They just...
Are you hearing it? Unknown gunmen are not Igbos. Look at Buhari here. When Buhari created unknown gunmen, maybe the Gazette may allow me to show it again. Look at when Buhari created unknown gunmen, the people who is causing whatever that is happening in the eastern zone. Buhari created unknown gunmen, and our people, some Igbo elites, those people that impose command and control and the political solution, they are trying to channel everything. What our prime minister is doing is only to defend the Biafran land. He is defending Biafran land, telling you that these people who is trying to give cows citizenship and they eliminate us, this cannot happen. But the unknown gunmen was created. It was created by Buhari. You hear the lawyer saying it in this place because we are bringing things from the news.
As for Day of Mourning, it's observed every...
Intimidation behind it.
No, there was no intimidation. Listen, what you saw was what we call a charade. Some people will wear black and red and be moving around. You think that Igbos are not Igbos. That's the point I was making. The unknown gunmen are not Igbos. As for Day of Mourning, it's observed every year. You have seen the one of 30. September 9, some people will also observe their own. They don't make noise about it. They just call their own Yom Kippur. We call our own mourning our dead. 2, IPOB is what I call a phenomenon that has risen because of injustice, because of lack of fair playing ground. We call our own mourning our dead. 2, IPOB is what I call a phenomenon.
IPOB is what is called a phenomenon. Phenomenon. You understand? Keep this thing because the person who is really standing today is the phenomenon, the ambassador for peace. When this interview is being taken, this interview is just a few days ago, a phenomenon. And this IPOB, let us continue because our people have to really get whatever that is happening. They planned this attack in Abia State in order for the cows to take citizenship in Nigeria so that Igbo people will be eliminated. And you know, the only person standing today that you are still alive, that you are still breathing today is our Prime Minister and the bridge, the Biafran Liberation Army and the Biafran resistance fighters. Try to get exactly what is happening. We are here making sure we bring the news to people. How people, when you are analyzing something, you will analyze it the way it's supposed to be.
That has risen because of injustice, because of lack of fair playing ground, because of arrant discrimination. We call our own mourning our dead. 2, IPOB is what I call a phenomenon that has risen because of injustice, because of lack of fair playing ground, because of arrant discrimination. Now, nature abhors vacuum. So whenever there is this kind of lack of inclusiveness, grumbling will come in. All it takes is somebody to harvest that they're grumbling and say, this man is doing something bad. Let's see what I can do. Believe me, the average person will join. On the issue of the governor, yeah, but I leave it at that. Is the governor in charge of any security force there? No. We call our own mourning our dead. 2, IPOB is what I call a phenomenon that has risen because of injustice, because of lack of fair playing ground, because of arrant discrimination. Now, nature abhors vacuum. So,
you know, when they think that is over, that is when we return. When they think that is over, that is when we come. Because the sea has a new challenge, meaning the way we do things is different. These are lawyers now. These are lawyers. They are the ones speaking. That IPOB is a phenomenon. The people who stand up and say enough is enough of this thing that is happening, that some people have the monopoly of violence, that some people have the monopoly of destroying and eliminating their own life. IPOB then stand up and say enough is enough. Then how this thing started, Mazen Nnamdi stood up and said, no way that the ideology of Usman Dan Fodio will come and overshadow us. The same people who is criticizing and trying to eliminate our PM today are the people who renditioned Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And today you are seeing it, how they are coming up, calling for the rendition of our Prime Minister. Why Fulanis are now seeing that no Igbo people have no other person that can speak for them. The first person now is inside their DSA dungeon for almost 3 years now. Then the Prime Minister, who is in exile, they descend on him, saying they should bring him back. But the EU, African Court, is now watching and hearing whatever that you are seeing in this place, things that will be played in the court that day. And remember, on the 2nd of this December, Biafra will be declared and defended logically and diplomatically. We have been going on in different ways, but today, this is how we are coming for today on.
Whenever there is this kind of lack of inclusiveness, grumbling will come in. All it takes is somebody to harvest that you're grumbling and say, this man is doing something bad. Let's see what I can do. Believe me, the average person will join. On the issue of the governor, yeah, but I leave it at that. Is the governor in charge of any security force there? No. If he says something negative, they'll go against him. You know where he lives in Owerri? It's called the fortress. On one side is Army Chief's house, Police Chief, DSS, Air Force. All of them live in a circle. And the police headquarters and the prisons that were just burned down, you just opposite them.
Okay.
CCTV showed all those who do the attacking. And the police headquarters and the prisons that were just burned down, you just opposite them.
Okay.
CCTV showed all those who do the attacking.
CCTV showed all those who did the attacking. The people that did the attacking and the people we saw that confessed. We have the video of Ejima in this place. We have the video of the other people that came up and they confessed who is sending them. The people who send them, they mentioned the name of the person that sent them. They called him Chinasanworu for DOS. And who is he working for? He is working under Soludo and Peter and Hope Uzodimma. Doing all this thing to cause mayhem. Then after they did all this thing, they will channel the accuse against our Prime Minister. Are you getting it? This is from Nigeria. They are telling them exactly. He said in this place, is governors in charge of security in Nigeria. Automatically, they are not in charge. because they are not defending the people. They are there serving the interests of Usman Danfodio, who said he will dig at the Quran inside Atlantic Ocean. And you have seen how they have captured everywhere, remaining Abia State. Abia, God's own state. Abia, God's own state. In Abia State, the capital of Biafra, which is Ebube, is being found. Why is it that when this thing happened in Abia State, Nigeria come, they want to now have their own base, Air Force base in Abia State. Exactly the same minute, they are now dividing Imo State to create Olo State. Exactly the same time, they are now telling you they have accepted the regional government that took the life of over 10 million people, which they rejected before. Suddenly, and this is the reason you should keep on what you are doing, supporting this government of Biafran Republic government, which we have today, which today is our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, who knows the law, following the law logically, diplomatically, militarily, and otherwise. We have to continue keeping things in record, please.
Do you know that till today, none of these groups I mentioned ever produced a CCTV?
And I mean, a lot of people watch you, but when
opposite them.
Okay.
CCTV showed all those who do the attacking. Do you know that till today, none of these groups I mentioned ever produced a CCTV?
Are you hearing the journalist, the brown envelope journalist? They don't want to hear this type. They don't want to hear this type at all, at all, at all. CCTV catch the people that is doing all this thing in Nigeria. The governors has the camera of the people that did it, and they don't want to show it and bring it to the public. Is it not from the? Are you not hearing it straight away? Straight away in front of Nigerian journalists, they are telling them.
And I mean, a lot of people watch you be wondering why is nobody being
that were just burned down. You just opposite them.
Okay.
CCTV showed all those who do the attacking. Do you know that till today, none of these groups I mentioned ever produced a CCTV?
And I mean, a lot of people watch you be wondering why is nobody being brought to book? Where are the perpetrators? But in the absence of state police, we've seen vigilantes across the country, states having to form their own vigilantes, and as well as regional security. Same as the Southeast with Ebube Agu. They don't seem to be making much headway. What have the governors got wrong when it comes to security of their states and, of course, the region, Southeast in particular now?
Well, I don't want to call it intimidation from Abuja. I also don't want to call it timidity of the governors. No. Let me say it's a case of triple.
They don't seem to be the perpetrators, but in the absence of state police.
Let us start from here, please.
None of these groups I mentioned ever produced a CCTV.
And I mean, a lot of people watch you be wondering why is nobody being brought to book? Where are the perpetrators? But in the absence of state police, we've seen vigilantes across the country, states having to form their own vigilantes, and as well as regional security. Same as the Southeast with Ebube Agu. They don't seem to be making much headway. What have the governors got wrong when it comes to security of the?
Listen to the answer. Listen to the answer. Please hit the like button, as Which Okafor is telling you. Hit the like button that people will come. We are really going deep, 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 deep. There are many other things you have seen happening in Biafran land, but our eyes is now on the rising sun. You know, so what we are doing is, because our eyes now is on the rising sun, that is why we are now publishing everything Nigerian media is talking. Remember, our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say, time will come when the Biafran agitation will take over all Nigerian media, prophecy come true. And today, what do you see Nigerian people talking about? They are talking about Biafra. This is prophecy come true. And when PM say, we are no more looking on the ball. Now our eyes is under the rising sun, going into the rising sun. That is why we are now bringing out all these things. The other day, we try to couple all the people who is asking for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and all the people that is asking for the rendition of our prime minister and the people who is really talking, whatever they are talking, we join them together, which we try to remind the PM again what Abaribe said. We are going there to that Abaribe's own. Then the prime minister then pick it up again and they did what he released the message he released concerning Abaribe the other day. We couple everything up and we push it. We push it to the public so that everybody will know where we are now. We have our gazette, we have our disco duro, where we pack all the things that have been happening. Even we beg some people, some of the people that is putting copyright claim. Stop putting copyright claim in this gospel. We are bringing those news back to you because some of you people are not inside this movement when we are here keeping the records. So when we bring it where we save them, stop putting copyright, because when you put copyright, this thing will not go again. So we continue for you to know, because whatever you think that we don't know, we know it. Listen, the answer he gave to them, it might be, he don't want to call it, listen to it. You will hear what he told them.
Their states and of course the region, Southeast in particular, same as the Southeast with Ebube Agu, they don't seem to be making much headway. What have the governors got wrong when it comes to security of their states and of course the region, Southeast in particular now?
Well, I don't want to call it intimidation from Abuja. I also don't want to call it timidity of the governors. No. Let me say it's a case of 3 political parties having governors in the South. Intimidation from Abuja. I also don't want to call it timidity of the governors. No. Let me say it's a case of 3 political parties having governors in the Southeast. 3 political, PDP has 2. That's Enugu and Abia. Enugu has always had a Bibago. They have a name for their own and they have bosses for them. Abia State, yes, its own is not as elaborate as that of Enugu. Imo State also passed a law a long time ago outlawing open grazing, and they also passed a law establishing a Bibago. But then the governor said he has sent some people to train the military barracks in Anambra State so that when they come, they form the nucleus. Now, the man in Anambra also has his own. His own method is different because there are 3 parties. They have different methods. Abga said, okay, if you kill a cow, you pay. If you kill a human being, you pay. And they're enforcing it. So when you're talking of a Bibago to them, they may say we have something different. The man in Ebo, you know, he has just joined APC. And he's also the chairman, so he's been drawn on one side. Unfortunately, his state is the worst hit by the killer herdsmen. Up till this Sunday, we are still killing. Now, the governors are also, well, I think they're handicapped. But remember this, there are killings all over the country, in all the zones. And in terms of number, in terms of statistics, Kaduna State has had more people killed or kidnapped than the whole of Southeast and South put together. Yeah, the IG of police, when he came, he said, I'm concentrating on Southeast and South. In other words, they know what they're doing. Abia State, yes, its own is.
Are you getting it? You know, if we are not bringing it from the horse's mouth, people will not really understand that the Biafran government has all diplomats. Here, They are telling you now, he said he don't want to call it intimidation or timidity for him not to be called to questioning. But coming to Southeast, a place being mapped out for enslavement, the commissioner of police said that he don't want to think about what is happening, the atrocities happening in Nigeria, but he want to concentrate on the Southeast alone. That is where he want to concentrate, on the Southeast. You know, then when you come to Southeast, remember Ahmadu Bello says that anybody in Nigeria that will work in Nigeria will work under them, and they are going to work under interest and under contract. And what does he mean by saying contract? Contract in the sense that if you want to work as a Nigeria in Nigeria, like Dave Umahi and all these people who is now calling for the rendition of our PM, you should know that you will work under the ideology of Usman Dan Fodio, which that is the thing every one of them is serving, because Ahmadu Bello are the grandchildren of Usman Dan Fodio, down to this Shetima you see today. And this is exactly what the lawyer is now telling them. How can you say that the people who is killing people in the Southeast are Igbos? We have it in record. Hausa people, the Fulani people, some of them speak Igbo. They wear red, they cover their face, they come to shoot people, and they are Baribe who came to deceive some people is the person leading everything you are hearing concerning rendition of our prime minister. Abaribe is the person that is having the contract. Remember, we are coming there. We are coming there in this particular program. So let us really continue. Hear what the lawyer answered him now. Answered them. The people who is responsible for what is happening in this eastern zone are the politicians. How did the politicians work for them? The politicians, they already captured all the people who will work under them. They put command and control. They bought over Chinasa Nworu. We have now the message from Obiudu Obenu, how they sold Mazen Nandekano. And all that. So, we are putting everything on record. While we are playing this one, we are not just playing the one that will suit you, that will make you laugh and all this thing. Our eyes is on the rising sun, not on the ball. Our eyes have come out from the ball. Now it is on the rising sun. So we are here now watching them, how they are playing their own game and how we are playing our own game. Bringing it from journalists who is now trying to dodge all the questions they are asking them. So we are going there. We are really going there. We are going there. Hear it on your own. We are not putting words inside their mouth.
It's not as elaborate as that of Enugu. Imo State also passed a law a long time ago outlawing open grazing. And they also passed a law establishing a embargo. But then
Imo State passed a law applauding open grazing. You know who Hope Uzodimma? He supported open grazing. The reason they removed Ihediohamma was because Ihediohamma came that time and he told them open grazing cannot work. And what do you see happening in Nigeria today because of open grazing? Fulanis are fighting today to give their cow the citizens of Nigeria. Then Hope Uzodimma from fourth position to first position, he supported open grazing and he gave his own boys ammunition that they are using until our PM came to stop them. We continue.
Governor said he has sent some people to train the military barracks in Anambra State so that when they come, they form the nucleus. Now, the man in Anambra also has its own. His own method is different because there are three parties. They have different methods. Abga said, okay, if you kill a cow, you pay. If
you remember when Willie Obiano was there, when Willie Obiano was there, his own law, which Soludo then pick up, his own law was, if you kill Igbo man, 500,000. If you kill one cow, 500,000. How many people knows this about this thing? We have it in our archive so that any day we will bring it out. You understand now? Willie Obiano made a law. Do you see our message today? Our message is the two major topic in Nigeria today is citizenship of Fulani cows and the rendition of our prime minister. Fulanis is championing to give their own cows citizenship in Nigeria. Why Igbo elites are fighting to rendition our prime minister? And they remember what is happening. William Obiano says, when they kill Igbo person or any Biafran, the government will pay 500,000 naira for the head of the person that they killed. That time, the Biafrans used to retaliate when the cow came and destroyed their farmland. Then they will go, ESN then will attack the cow. Then they will calculate all the cow being killed, and the government will pay them 500,000 naira. One person is equal to one cow. Are you people understanding it now? Try to know what we are doing. We are bringing our own news according to international way. Listen to it there. It is right there in the table of the Nigerian red envelope.
Hello, my wonderful people. As you have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.